Hello and good day. My name is Aaron Stewart. I am the owner of the Educated Dog. That right there was my girl Karma, one of the smartest dogs on the planet, hands down. I mean, she was awesome. She helped me work with aggressive dogs for 8 years of her life. So I've never done this like video, whatever you call this. This is something new to me. I've been on TV, I've been on the news, I've been in magazines, and I've never done this. So there's what I want to talk about today is there's a huge difference in obedience, tricks, manners, and behavior modification. Now, manners and behavior modification sort of fall under the same category. Obedience, sit, stay, down, heel, here. Most people use come. I use the word here. Those are actually training commands, something that is good for every dog to learn. Some people think those are tricks. No, tricks are roll over, high five, speak. Those are tricks. Those should be fun. Every time you tell your dog to do one, they should get a treat. So once a dog has learned all their commands, I don't give them treats for a command. I give them praise. So teaching your dog good manners and good behavior, it is done completely different in the way that you would handle teaching a dog obedience. And for a trainer or a behaviorist or whoever to say that, you can cure a dog's behavior problems by teaching them to sit and stay would be roughly the same as saying that you can teach a child good manners without teaching them manners, just teach them reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's ridiculous. Doesn't work that way. So a lot of trainers and behaviorists, they have like one trick pony, like they only have one skill they think that fits every dog. That would be like saying one teaching style fits every child, and it's simply not true. Some trainers think you can just correct a dog for everything they do, and then, the latest one over the past 15, 20 years, whatever, is, never correct your dog, just redirect and give them a cookie for everything. Kind of robs a dog of their true intelligence. As a human, if every time I sped past the same police officer and he redirected me to pull over and gave me a donut, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to know that he doesn't want me to speed. And it's like they don't want your dogs to actually look at other dogs. A dog should be able to look at anything at once. A dog, a cat, a rabbit, a squirrel. But teaching it to ignore those things is behavior modification. So that is the difference. So I made, dogs, and when we have a dog, we have a relationship like we do with anyone else. The problem is most relationships that people have with their dogs is a relationship that the human understands, but the dog does not, because people tend to do what makes sense to them, but not the dog. So it has to be a two-way street. Dogs have two basic needs: leadership and constructive exercise. That's their two basic needs. Most people think that they can help a dog by giving them affection and love and cookies, and that's great, but that's the sharing affection part with your dog. It has nothing to do with your dog's other basic needs. I mean, who raises a child on love alone? no teaching, no learning, no fulfilling their needs as a child. So you have to fulfill a dog's needs. Now, what are dogs by nature? Dogs are two things. They are pack animals, and they are migrators. So, basically that means a dog as a pack animal needs to know who's the pack leader here, who's in charge. Well, if you have children, you can verbally say, I'm your parent, you have to listen. I don't know how that works out for some of you, but you can't look at a dog and go, hey, I'm your pack leader. Dog's going to basically, lick itself and leave the room. But dogs need a pack leader as much as children need parents. And this brings me to dogs being migrators. So your typical dog that doesn't live with humans, wild, feral, some strays, they can and may average 14 to 40 miles a day of walking. So people think that if they run their dogs or make them fetch, that that's appropriate exercise. Absolutely, that is appropriate physical exercise. That has nothing to do with your relationship with your dog or exercising your dog's brain. When you walk a dog, that's a silent relationship you're having with a dog that a dog understands when they are walked properly. That means not in front of you. That means left side, right side, behind you. I know so many trainers want to use a heel technique, and teaching a dog to heel is fine. But when you're walking your dog 3 to 4 miles, 5 to 6 days a week, I don't need them to heel. I need them to walk beside or behind me. Because a dog walking in front of you in pack mentality, pack psychology, that's your pack leader. I like to call them the decision maker. Kind of like driving down the street with a 5-year-old in the car, and you pull over and go, here, I'm tired of driving, you take over. They're going to make bad decisions. This is why you can see dogs actually go to dog daycare, the dog park, play with other dogs. Everything's great. Put them on a leash, and now they're lunging and barking. It happens that fast. It's because they're in the decision-making position. There's tension on the leash between the human and the dog. So you have to have a relationship that both you and the dog understand. Both. So walking, because the only time dogs that run, that's the physical, that don't live with humans is if they're predominantly chasing something or sometimes being chased. But they walk every day of their lives. So walking, one, is the calmest activity you can do between you and a dog. And if you own multiple dogs, it is certainly the most calm activity that they can do as a pack together. And when you walk them the right way, you cut out the competition. You cut that out, because competition between dogs can lead to dominance, which can lead to aggression, which is just all bad. So when you walk them correctly, it is a relationship that you both understand. Think of it as any other relationship. As humans, by nature, we are talkers. We typically talk every day. We talk to our loved ones, family, friends, other people. And just imagine for a moment being in a relationship with any human and saying to them, I like you, I love you, love our relationship. And I know as a human you need to talk. I'm just going to prefer that you don't talk to me. but I'm going to give you a lot of affection. How well do you think that would go over? 0. So I just wanted to clarify the difference in obedience, tricks, manners, and behavior modification. And one thing about any dog in your home that is having behavior problems, whether they're just out of control or if they're fear biters or they're aggressive, a lot of people in my line of work want you to, they want you basically to bring the dog to them, taking the dog out of its natural environment, which quickly changes the dog's their behavior anyway. And then they're not getting to see the little nuances that create all these different behaviors, because everything in some way or another it's interlinked. Sorry. All these behaviors kind of combined in some way or another. And when you're trying to change a dog's behavior and help them, you have to understand why they're doing the behavior so you know how to fix it. If you don't know the why, then you don't know the how. And that's where in the home you see all the little things that are happening, what each family member is doing, you know, what rules and boundaries do they have in the home? Are they communicating to the dog in a way that the dog understands? So manners and behavior modification should almost always be done in the home. So that's my take on this. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll try another one soon. Thank you. Again, I'm Aaron Stewart, owner of The Educated Dog. Have a good day.